Welcome to another edition of Dirt Road Reset. We're out at Knoll Lake again, doing some trout fishing towards the end of the summer camping season. We're getting ready to go into fall. In fact, I think the last day of summer was officially yesterday or the day before. I'm switching it up. We're doing an overnight trip. We got our buddy Scott and the doggy here this time. And Scott's a fan of the channel. You know, and that being said, you know, if you guys are in the area, always hit me up. I'm always looking for company to go camping with. But what's even cooler is that the weather, quite literally speaking, we're no longer facing 90-degree days. I'd say it's probably a nice brisk, I don't know, Scott, what would you say it is out here right now? Maybe
high 70s, low 80s.
Yeah, mid 70s, low 80s. I mean, it's just beautiful, perfect. And looking to dip down into the 50s tonight. I got some really cool stuff to show you once we get back to up to the camp. Scott's got a really killer setup if you're into overlanding and you want to get a close-up look at what these really awesome rooftop tents are like and what they're capable of doing. Stick around, we'll show you. Alright, so the fishing was dismal. It sucked. It was the worst fishing I've ever had in this spot. So I can eat my words in the previous videos where I've said I've never not caught fish here because, well, apparently I've jinxed myself. Not only that, but the power bait setup that I usually work, nothing. Scott did get a bite on his super duper lure, and it was a good sized fish. It got off the hook just as we were bringing it in, but you know what, the fun doesn't stop there. Fishing is fun whether you catch fish or not, right? Regardless, which is a great reset, by the way. But I want to take a moment before we cook up some grub here to give you a little tour of Scott's setup. This thing is really badass. It's a rooftop tent made by Ironman 4x4, and I'll let him talk about, you know, what the pricing schemes and stuff like that are on it and what the features are, but I am digging this thing. Now, you guys know I really like my my Napier truck tent, but this is like next level truck tent right here, okay, on multiple different levels. Too many level words there, or whatever. But this is the check this thing out. So Scott, why the Ironman 4x4 rooftop tent as opposed to sleeping on the ground?
Well, at my age, it's a lot easier to get up there actually and sleep on something nice and soft and comfortable rather than a small little thin air mattress that they sell nowadays.
Now, I think one of the common misconceptions about these tents, and you kind of alluded me to this today, is that the price point on these tents might lead a lot of people to believe that they're out of reach, but surprisingly not so much, especially with this one, right?
That is correct. This one was only $11.99 out the door, and it comes with the bottom annex part, which could be like a whole nother tent down there. And it's fully enclosed. It's got full windows on it and a full tub that's totally waterproof.
And the putting it on the actual or the frame or the truck that you're using, a 2001 Tundra in this situation, is that something that you have to take into account before buying something like this?
Yes, yeah, you got to have a way of mounting it onto your vehicle. They do sell rack specifics for rooftop tents without camper shells, Those run anywhere between $250 and like $500. But mine was homemade. I had a camper shell and I had to figure out how to mount it on the cheap. And I've had it on there for a while now and no issues at all.
He made it himself, guys. So that's kind of like bushcraft.
A little bit.
Let's go take a look at this thing. This is really cool. So you can fit, you got the ladder. Now what Scott has done here is you can put the ladders from these on the side, on a side configuration, or you can flip the tent around and make it come out the back. He's merely done it on the back just for easier access. He mentioned to me earlier, a lot of people in Jeeps, and it made sense, a lot of people in Jeeps have the side configuration because the door swings out on Jeeps. This is really cool though, because with his with the accessory that comes down, you can access the back of the bed. I would imagine that's probably why you did it that way, right?
Yes, so it's fully enclosed even during a thunderstorm.
Yeah, and this, as you can see in here, is roomy. I mean, you could fit 2 grown-sized adults inside that thing. This is awesome. Scott, did it come with the pad?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. And it's pretty warm, I take it.
Oh, yes.
We've got double stitching. This is super good quality. It's kind of got like a rubberized feeling on the back, and then canvas outer. What did you call this?
Ripstop.
Ripstop. Explain to us what ripstop is, basically, and why that is an important, like, high quality feature to have in these tents.
Ripstop is the material. If you look closely, there are like little squares in here. So if you get a rip, it should stop at those little squares, so it won't continue on anymore.
Simple said, yeah. Good job. Right on, man. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. This is pretty cool. And you know what? Scott and I are going to go camping again down the road. I can't wait to tell you about this shower that this dude made, because it'll blow your mind. I'll put it to you this way. No offense. He's better at making showers than he is fishing. This is Arizona camping at its finest right here. If you're watching this and you're not from around here, I envy you. Because in Arizona, more so now than I think I've ever lived through, no fires. I've got a ban on campfires through the forest, so we improvise and we have these propane fire pits. And quite honestly, you know, they actually have benefits over an actual campfire. One, you don't stink when you come home. Your stuff doesn't stink. And the heat that these put out is it's hot. It's a sufficient heat, and it's an omnidirectional heat. So I mean, you can sit around it, you can feel it, and it's not throwing out sparks or embers. And it's very low maintenance. You're not having to put wood on it, obviously. And a 5-gallon can like that on medium to high setting of these will last you a good couple days. Tonight's dinner is Department of Defense MRE Menu 12 elbow macaroni in tomato sauce. Hey, Scott was in the military. Scott, real quick, would you say this is warfighter recommended, warfighter tested, and warfighter approved? I've always wanted this question answered, and we're going to get it right now. No, he said no. So. Hey, this is going to be a good one. Puppy dog. Elbow macaroni and tomato sauce. Sour Skittles. That's one of the better desserts you can get in these, despite being 4 years old. Toilet paper, coffee creamer, matches, sugar, chiclets, and a moist towelette. Chocolate protein drink powder. Hot sauce. Oh, this is the worst. Other than those crackers, this is the wheat. Actually, the wheat snack bread. This isn't the garlic bread. Wheat snack bread. This isn't bad. MRE spoon. Regular non-jalapeno cheese spread. And raspberry applesauce. Apples, raspberry puree, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, water, ascorbic acid, and vitamin C, and a pinch of salt. There you have it, menu 12 of MREs. This, as of 2020, when we're filming this, has not changed. The 2020 year menu 12 is exactly the same now as it was when this one was manufactured and put together on July 8th of 2017 at 3:50 p.m. for what it's worth. Yum. All the while Scott is making hamburgers. Let's talk about cookware, mess kits, whatever you want to call them. The one I've been using that I really like is the GSI Outdoors Kit. And I've had this for about a year, so when I do these reviews, I typically will talk to you about something that I've used extensively. Unless I'm on a time constraint or it's something that I just absolutely hate and I don't want to use it for a really long time. In this case, this is a really good set. There are some drawbacks. We'll go over those in a second. But yeah, the GSI Outdoors Cookset. You can get this online, or I got this one at REI, or actually my family got this for me at REI as a gift. Let's talk about it. The GSI Outdoors Pinnacle Dualist Cookware features a compact, stackable design that condenses into a complete set of cookware for easy travel, backpacking, or even camping. The set features a bowl-mug combo, a 1.8 liter pot with a versatile lid that can double as a strainer, and an innovative welded carrying sack that also can be used as a sink camp. More on that in a second because, well, I've never used it as a sink camp, but I do use it for something else, and I think they should have put that on here. Quickly looking at the set here, it is compact. It comes in at about 14 ounces, between 14 and 15 ounces. So it is pretty light. This is that dual locking handle. It's a cinch sack here. This uncinches. This is the bag it comes in. It's rubberized on the inside there. And this is what they're talking about. It can double as a sink. That's a small sink, friends. I don't know how you would use that as a sink. I guess you could. But yeah, what I do use this for is during the colder months, if I am using this to cook, which depends on how cold it is. If it's really cold, this isn't, I wouldn't use the gas, the butane propane mix. But when it's getting a little colder, I'll put that can in here and cinch it around the can just for a little bit more insulation. However, as we talked about in the last video, when it's super cold, I'll still use this cook set, but I use it over the biomass stove or another means of, or just over the fire. So that's that. Your bail handles, your dual locking handles. Here's the lid. It does have a strainer on the top of it and a pull tab. Okay, and it's got a rubberized O-ring around that for a good seal. Inside your 1.8 liter aluminum pot is this. Okay, let's talk about this inside the pot there real quick. I wish on the inside of this pot, and this is a common problem with most all of these cook sets with the exception of a few, is I wish there were measurements on the inside there. That'd be kind of cool. That's a simple fix. You take a small Dremel or an engraver or whatever you want. Hell, I've seen some guys use Sharpie markers, and you can make your markings on there as well. One of the disadvantages, though, before we go to the bowls on this this pot is, I think they did it as an advantage, but I think it's a disadvantage, is the rubberized handle here. is on there to obviously avoid burning yourself when you're picking this up. However, the disadvantage to that is that if you're cooking over fire, like the biomass stove or a campfire where the flames are a little higher, this melts and it becomes very loose and it starts to stink. I'll eventually probably take a knife and just take that off altogether, because most stoves or cook sets out there don't have this feature, and I think it's not really needed. That does lock in place, and to unlock it you just squeeze those two handles there, fold it up, and then that'll keep your bowls in place when you're traveling with it. And as you can tell, proof, I've used this thing a lot. Most of that soot and, or not really soot, but just hardened sap and whatever is from cooking over the biomass and campfires. You don't get that obviously when you're cooking over white gas or propane butane. It's been used. Inside you got these two bowls. Funny story here. When I got this set, I thought these were two bowls, and open these up. I believe these are 20 ounces each. A locking lid on top where you can, also a hole on there where you can sip, and there's a little tiny hole right here too, so that you can actually, you know, suck your fluid out of that and effectively. You got your bowl, okay? Two identical. It wasn't until I was looking into doing this review, because I got this as a gift, that I read the reviews, and it said there were 4 of these, and I'm like, well, how are there 4 of them? Well, lo and behold, these double as drinking mugs and bowls, okay? And if you look closely on here, there are measurement markings in there. But watch this. Voila. Now you've got a bowl for your food, and you've got a drinking cup here that is insulated with a neoprene, rubberized neoprene like material here around that, and you can take this off as well to keep your fluids warm. Now this coupled with the lid on top, and that's a pretty cool, and it keeps it pretty stinking warm. Likewise, if you don't need that much stuff, which I don't if I'm solo camping, you can keep this other bowl in there like that, and now you've got double insulation in my opinion, and it stays even warmer longer. Super easy to clean, dishwasher safe, microwave safe. Not that I'd have any of those two things when I'm out camping. That's what I come out here to get away from, but super cool set. Again, this retails for about between $60 and $70 online. I believe it was about $75 at REI. At last check on Amazon, I'll put a screen on the video right now that shows what the price is there. Listen, I got this as a gift. I love it. I think it's one of the best cook sets I've ever used. But candidly speaking, there are much cheaper sets out there that do the same thing. They might not be as fancy or have as nice of features on them, but you can spend a lot less money on a cook set that does exactly the same thing, and not have to spend $70 on it. Is it worth the $70? I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's lightweight. It's got the cool. It's got great features in it. Disadvantages, we talked about the rubber handle, but the biggest thing about this cook set, that if you go out and buy it, that I would recommend you do right off the bat, is get rid of the 2 expanding sporks that it comes with. This came with a orange and a blue plastic extending fork spoon combination that came in it, and they broke within 2 uses. They're plastic, and I think they make a newer version of this kit that has metal versions. Don't hold me to that. I'll look before I post this review. But if you get one of the older, the first gen versions that they still sell out there with the plastic ones, they are junk. And those plastic spoons or plastic spoon fork combination is going to break inevitably on you. So if anybody from GSI is watching this and you did indeed upgrade that little plastic spork set, good on you, because it needed to be done. And if it hasn't been done, it needs to be. But if you're buying stuff like this, there's a pretty decent chance you've already got your own utensil set that you've already bought. I personally use a Yuko, one that I got from Walmart, or you got titanium sets that work just as well. Just do yourself a favor and toss out that plastic crap that comes with this when you buy it. If you have any questions on this, leave them in the comments below. And you know, that being said, as always, please hit that like button, subscribe to the videos, and hit that bell notification. That's very important. That way you get notified whenever we post new videos. Hit the thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't matter. It just shows that you watched the video. We appreciate your feedback. If you're ever in the northern Arizona area, hit me up. We'll go camping together. And listen, if you or somebody you know is suffering from any sort of mental debilitation, whether it be stress, anxiety, schizophrenia, you know, postpartum depression, you name it, or you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, get your butt outdoors. Go camping or take somebody camping. It does wonders. It works for me, and I'm pretty sure it'll work for you. Thanks for coming along with Scott and I on this camping trip. We hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.